gender, sexual orientation, religion, national origin, ethnic differences, or disability. Any violation in the game or in the stands can result in game stoppages, ejections, or forfeits. Let's work together to ensure a positive, supportive, and helpful learning environment for everyone involved. We hope you enjoy your stay here as our guests. We ask that all spectators to please stay off the playing floor. The two teams have finished their post-game handshakes. And now let's go to the starting lineup. First, for the MMU Cougars. And starting pitcher number 5, Brandon Norcross. A forward safety number 10, Jack Casey Monroe. A freshman number 12, Ben Philbrick. A starting junior number 13, Connor Rockmeyer. And a starting senior number 21, Owen Brady. The coach of the Cougars in Hamilton, assisted by Andrew Burton and Tom Lehman. Now, ladies and gentlemen, get your group work your hands together. For the starting lineup, your BFA Bobwhites.
And welcome to Northwest Access TV's presentation of Franklin County Boys Basketball. My name is Bryce Batchelder, and tonight we are at BFA St. Albans as the Bobwhites host the Cougars from Mount Mansfield Union High School. Before we get to starter lineups, this broadcast would not be possible without our community partners. Thank you to Northwestern Rehab Services, Sticks and Stuff and Swanton Lumber, Northwest Counseling and Support Services, Afterglow, Stone's Auto Repair, St. Albans, East Fairfield, Notch, Vermont, JC Image, Union Bank, and the Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center. If your business would like to support the efforts of Northwest Access TV to help broadcast live games of Franklin County athletes, contact 802-782-8676. And here are your starters for this evening. First, for the visiting MMU Cougars, number 5, Patty Norcross, number 10, Jack Tacey Monroe, number 12, Jake Philbrick, number 13, Tommy Brockmeyer, and number 21, Owen Bradeen. The Cougars are coached by Dan Hamilton. And for the home team, the Bobwhites, number 11, Brady Cutting, number 15, William Hughes, number 34, Gabe Hourigan, 42, Reed Steigels, and number 44, Justin Munger. The Bobwhites are coached by Tristan Menard. The tip goes out of bounds off of BFA, and so MMU will get the first real possession of this game. MMU coming in with a record of 4-11. They're currently 8th in the Metro Division, ranked number 12 in Division 1. BFA just one spot ahead of them at 5-10. They're 7th in Metro and ranked 8th in Division 1. So a little bit more space in terms of the rankings. Only one space in the Metro standings. Three-pointer no good for MMU. Here's BFA's first possession of the evening. MMU opening up in a man-to-man defense. Hourigan trying to get it down low to Reed Steigels, eventually does. A nice turn to his left. Gets the scoring started for this evening. Gives BFA an early 2-0 lead. 7:05 left in the first quarter. BFA playing an aggressive trapping zone to start. Possession will stay with the Bobwhites. Nope, turns it over to the Cougars. Somehow Patty Norcross keeping possession alive for the Cougars. Credit the long arms of Justin Munger for making that pass difficult. Either way, it's shot no good. BFA with the rebound. Gabe Hourigan stops, passes it back out to Brady Cutting. Cutting goes to the right side. Well defended by Patty Norcross. Norcross with the steal and then draws the foul on number 11, Brady Cutting. That's his first, team's first of the first quarter. Again, a reminder that this year team fouls reset after each quarter. 5 team fouls is now the bonus, and there are no more 1-and-1s. Bonus free throws are automatically 2 shots. MMU passing the ball around the 3-point line. BFA still playing their aggressive trapping defense. Norcross snuck behind the defense, shot no good. BFA hurrying the other way. Owen Bradeen knocks the ball out of Reed Steigel's hand, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bobwhites. Cutting inbounding for the Bobwhites. Finds Steigels on the opposite block. Reed Steigel with all 4 points in this game. BFA up 4-0. Just over 2 minutes gone by in the opening quarter. MMU still hasn't gotten across half court. Now they do. BFA's defense giving the Cougars fits. Bradeen with the ball, guarded by Steigels. Cougars turn it over. I think if Jack Tacey Monroe had turned around, he had an open look at the hoop. Tried to kick it out to the corner for a 3. That's where the trouble happened. And that's the result. Will Hughes with his first points of the ball game. BFA now up 6-0. 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Norcross splits the defenders, draws a foul. This time on number 42, Reed Steigels. That's his first, team's second. Brockmeyer loses the ball, but is fouled. And that is number 2 on Reed Steigels. And he's going to have to take a seat. He has 4 of the Bobwhites' 6 points so far. Checking in is Evan Gauthier. MMU now figuring out BFA's defense. Still can't get one to fall as Tacey Monroe's shot was short. Tempers flaring a little bit on that jump ball. Brady Cutting taking offense to something that Tacey Monroe did. Either way, referees tell them to calm down and keep playing. Hughes bringing the ball up for the Bobwhites. Uses the screen from Hourigan, pulls up, elbow jumper. That's good for Will Hughes. He has 4 points. BFA now up 8-0. 4:20 to go in the first quarter. MMU still looking for their first points. There they are. Henry Rogers hits the corner three. MMU trailing 3-8 halfway through the first quarter. Hughes surveying the offense. The call there is out of bounds on Evan Gauthier, even though he caught it inbounds. To get over to that side, he had run along the baseline out of bounds, and then he was the first one to touch the ball when he came back in, and so that's why it's a turnover for BFA. So Cougars a chance to cut into the Bobwhites' lead. Brockmeyer passes it over to Lamphere. Lamphere down low to Philbrick. Philbrick going to be called for the offensive foul, trying to create space against Will Hughes. That is Philbrick's first personal foul, team's first of the first quarter. 3:32 to go. MMU now switching into a 3-2 zone. Their man-to-man defense hadn't given them a whole lot of luck so far. Seeing if throwing a zone. A different look can cause some trouble for BFA. Works that time. Rogers with the rebound, dribbles it down. Finds Bradeen in the corner. Now to Lamphere. Lamphere drives to the free throw line. Throws up a wild shot. Coach Hamilton asking where a foul call was. Seemed like there's a little bit of contact. Either way, BFA. Now the possession, corner three is up, is good for Gabe Hourigan. His first points. BFA now up 11-3, 2:41 to go in the first quarter. Coming out of the timeout, 2:41 left in the first quarter. BFA has opened an early 8-point lead. They're up 11-3 on the MMU Cougars. Cougars hoping the timeout will kind of settle them down. Help them, forgive the pun, but claw their way back into this game. Lamphere looking around. Will Hughes' defense knocks that pass out of bounds. Rogers with the ball against Cutting to Hadley. Hadley stuck up top, closely guarded by Munger. Now passes over to Lamphere. Down low to Philbrick. Up top, three-pointer. Rolled around, hit every part of the rim. Finally falls for River Hadley. Gives him 3 points. Brings the Cougars back within 5, 6-11. Under 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Nice baseline drive for Gabe Harrigan. He has 5 points. BFA back up 13-6. 1:43 to go. BFA still with their aggressive defense. Forces the travel. Cutting. Passes to Hourigan. Hourigan looking around. Ball tipped out of bounds. Off of Mount Mansfield. Will stay Bobwhite basketball. Hughes up top. Hourigan trying to get position on the block. He's going to get called for the offensive foul. That's Hourigan's first personal, team's fourth. And honestly, credit MMU's defense on that one. Hourigan was trying to get the ball down on the low block, but the defender pushed him out into that mid-range area, forced Hourigan to lower his shoulder into that offensive foul. 3 opportunities, no good for the Cougars. Rebounded by BFA, Gauthier. Now Hughes, closely guarded by Rogers. Hughes drives in the lane, kicks it out to Hourigan. Another 3. Gabe Hourigan with 8 points. Half of BFA's points here, up 16-6. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Hadley. MU moving the ball around. A good look, but wasn't handled by Tacey Monroe. Turnover to BFA. Was the right look for the Cougars. Got the right backdoor pass. Hughes gonna drive. It falls. 6 points. And at the end of one, the Bobwhites have a 12-point lead over the Cougars, 18-6. As we head into the second quarter, this broadcast would not be possible without our community partners. Thank you to Northwestern Rehab Services, Sticks and Stuff and Swanton Lumber, Northwest Counseling and Support Services, Afterglow, Stone's Auto Repair, St. Albans, East Fairfield, Notch, Vermont, JC Image, Union Bank, and the Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center. If your business would like to support the efforts of Northwest Access TV to help broadcast live games of Franklin County athletes, contact 802-782-8676. MMU starting the second quarter with the ball, trying to get a little more scoring than they did in that first. Unlucky bounce for Henry Rogers. Put on a nice spin move to get the look. The drive by Hourigan. Just bounces out. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it out to Cutting. Cutting gonna put up a three. No good. Rebounded by Tacey Monroe. Tacey Monroe briefly saw an open lane. Cut off by Hourigan. And River Hadley called for the travel. Turns back over to the Bobwhites. Scoring leaders so far in the game, Gabe Hourigan has 8 points, Will Hughes with 6, and Reed Steigels with 4. So Steigels with the 2 personals. Not getting as much playing time here in the first half. Get an offensive foul. Called on number 11, Brady Cutting. That's his 2nd personal, 1st team foul in the 2nd quarter. So now BFA with 2 players with 2 personals. Brady Cutting going to take a seat along with Reed Steigels. For MMU, Henry Rogers with 3 and River Hadley with 3, and that's it for their scoring so far. Hoping to change that. Corner 3-point attempt, no good. Ball eventually gathered by Tacey Monroe. The drive by the other Tacey Monroe, this time Grady. He's fouled, he'll go to the line for 2 free throws. BFA foul on number 14, Oliver Lattison. That's his 1st, team 2nd of the 2nd quarter. Tacey Monroe hits the 1st. Goes 1 for 2 from the line, but offensive rebound by Jack Tacey Monroe. And now he's gonna draw a foul. Called on number 14, Oliver Lattison. That is his 2nd personal, team's 3rd. Jack Tacey Monroe misses the 1st. So both Tacey Monroe's shooting fouls, one right after the other, both committed by Oliver Lattison. Another offensive rebound. This time, turnover, trying to reset the offense. Goes back to the Bobwhites. But BFA giving up 2 offensive rebounds on successive MMU, free throw attempts. Will Hughes kicks out to Gauthier. 3, no good, rebounded by Lockerbie. Lockerbie called for the travel. Bobwhites starting to extend their defense a little bit into the full court, though not a strong full court defense. Grady Tacey Monroe had the right idea, trying to connect with Henry Rogers, cutting across the lane. Rogers couldn't quite handle the pass, turns over to the Bobwhites. Gauthier handling the ball. Goes to his right, kicks into the corner to Hourigan, back up to Gauthier. Now opposite corner. BFA swinging the ball around. MMU in their matchup 3-2 zone. Finds Hourigan down on the baseline, kicks back up top. Gauthier finds space in the defense. Misses the layup attempt. It was a tough one. He kind of had to stretch his arm to get around the defenders. Uses his body to shield the ball. But MMU on the other end dribbles out of bounds. Turns it back over to the Bobwhites as Justin Munger going to check back in for BFA. And Jack Lorenzini entering the game for the Cougars. Reed Steigels playing with his 2 personals. Hughes up top with the ball. Somehow ends up with his own pass after being batted around by MMU defenders. Scores it. Hughes with 8 points. BFA up 20-7. Just under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. So there's a silver lining here for the Cougars, is that BFA has only scored 4 points, so far this quarter. So their defense is improving, but now they need the offense to follow suit. They're going to call a kickball. Will stay Cougar basketball. Tyler to Lorenzini. Lorenzini cuts to his left, loses the ball. Picked back up by Brockmeyer. He's going to try to cut through the lane, kicks it out. 3-pointer up is good for Patty Norcross. His first points of the game. MMU now trailing 10-20, under 4:30 to go in the second quarter. Steigels and the high post has his pass batted away. Cougars throwing it right back to BFA. Will Hughes with the take, it falls. He's fouled. We'll go to the line for a 3-point play. Hughes, the first player tonight in double digits with 10 points. Puts BFA up 22-10. MMU foul on number 13, Tommy Brockmeyer. That's his first, team's first. Hughes free throw, no good. Brockmeyer. Norcross. Height difference here between Norcross and Reed Steigels. Gets over to Brockmeyer. Brockmeyer gonna drive. Somehow gets the scooping layup to fall. He's fouled. He will also have his chance for a 3-point play. BFA foul on number 15, Will Hughes, his first, team's fourth. So next BFA foul, and MMU will be in the bonus for the remainder of the half. Free throw, no good. Bobwhites with the rebound. Hughes for Vague. Steigels wide open on the right side. Misses the layup, but the follow for Justin Munger. His first points of the game. And MMU will take a timeout. BFA leading 24-12, 3:23 to go in the second quarter. .323 to go in the second quarter. Bobwhites leading the Cougars 24-12. Lorenzini trying to pass down low to Brockmeyer. Gabe Hourigan steps in, forces the jump ball, turns it over. Or possession turns over to BFA. Will Hughes trying to direct the offense. Calls for the screen from Steigels. Kicks out to Munger. Back up to Hughes. Try to reset it. Hughes with the take, no good. Munger with follows, no good. Somehow ending up with 2 offensive rebounds. This time, the reach is called. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws. MMU foul on number 21, Owen Bradeen, his first. Team second. Justin Munger hits the first. Munger 2 for 2 from the line. He has 4 points. BFA up 26-12. Just under 2:40 left in the first half. MMU swinging the ball around. Bradeen gonna pull up for 3, no good. Rebounded by Hughes. Hughes trying to get the bounce pass across the lane. Patty Norcross picks it off, but MMU can't take advantage. They're going to change the call, say off of a BFA defender. Will stay Cougar basketball. As soon as they called that out of bounds on MMU, you could see Patty Norcross trying to get the officials' attention that it was tipped. They deemed it was indeed correct. Norcross. Pass up top. No good on the shot. MMU with some unlucky rolls and bounces around the rim so far. Davion Jones loses balance. And this was one of the unfortunate wrong place at the wrong time for the official to be standing. Hughes touched the official with the ball. Official is technically in play. He's out of bounds. So the ball is out of bounds. Turns it over to the Cougars. Phil Brick. Couldn't pick the ball back up. Needed someone else to touch it. Norcross trying to split the defenders, loses the ball again, picked up by Steigels. Steigels keeps it himself, slams it home. Reed Steigels with the dunk. 6 points on the evening. BFA up 28-12. About a minute to go in the first half. Three-pointer up, too strong for Owen Bradeen. Hughes quickly bring it the other way, trying to catch Jones in the corner. Pass too high for Davion Jones. Goes back to the Cougars. Owen Bradeen, the senior, bringing the ball up for the Cougars. Finds Solbrick in the high post, back to Bradeen. Three-pointer, no good. Will Hughes, another rebound. Finds Justin Munger, misses the layup. Rebounded by Bradeen, 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Norcross stuck in the corner. Guarded by a much taller Hourigan, who gets the tip. Hughes dribbling it up top. And Jack Lorenzini is going to be caught with the reach-in from behind. That's Lorenzini's first personal. Team's third, 16 seconds to go until halftime. Davion Jones, the freshman, will inbound for the Bobwhites. Pass into Munger, but thanks to that pass, caught the attention of the official, Tommy Brockmeyer, tugging on Justin Munger. So that is Brockmeyer's second personal. Team's fourth. Still 16 seconds to go. And we're gonna get an offensive foul called on the Bobwhites. Called on Justin Munger, that's his first, team's fifth. But because it's an offensive foul, MMU is not shooting bonus free throws. 10 seconds. Brady. And we get another offensive foul, this time on MMU. Called on Jake Philbrick, his second personal. He was reaching around his defender. Likewise, puts BFA into the bonus, but no free throws on an offensive foul. 5 seconds in the quarter. Hughes kicks it to Jones in the corner at the buzzer. Good if it goes! Davion Jones at the buzzer with the corner three. Gives BFA a 19-point lead. Headed into halftime, up 31-12. Before we send it to halftime, a special message from NCSS. Over the last 4 years, Northwestern Counseling and Support Services has been in partnership with the Afterglow Foundation, working to prevent suicide deaths in our community. If you are concerned about yourself or a loved one, there are people in our community that can help. Reach out to NCSS 24 hours a day on our confidential emergency services line, 802-524-6554, then press 1. Or you can always dial 988. One call could save a life. Heading into halftime, BFA with a comfortable 31-12 lead over Mount Mansfield. We'll be back for the third quarter. ready for the second half here at BFA St. Albans. BFA with a commanding 31-12 lead over the MMU Cougars. I'm Bryce Batchelder. Thank you for watching Northwest Access TV. Some scoring leaders for the first half. Will Hughes leading all players in the game with 10 points. Gabe Howergan with 8 and Reed Steigels with 6. For MMU, no player has scored more than 1 basket so far. Rogers, Hadley, Norcross each with 3 points. They're the leading scorers for the Cougars so far. We're desperately looking for points. They've certainly got an uphill battle here in this second half, trailing by 19. Not the best way to start for Mount Mansfield. We called for the offensive foul on number 11, Jack Lorenzini. That's his second personal. Team's first of the third quarter. BFA turns it over. Taysom Monroe hands it over to Lorenzini. Over to Rogers. Rogers stuck in the mid-range. Kicks a corner 3. No good for Taysom Monroe. Ball called out of bounds in the hands of Gabe Howergan. So the Cougars are going to keep the ball. Taysom Monroe at the three-point line. Grady Taysom Monroe with a wild layup attempt, no good. BFA coming the other way quickly. And Reed Steigels going to draw a Cougar foul. MMU foul called on number 11, Jack Lorenzini. That's his third personal. Team second. BFA gets the ball in to Reed Steigels. Good defense there from Henry Rogers to force the jump ball. Didn't give Steigels a chance to get the shot off. BFA keeps possession though. Steigels hands it over to Hughes. Hughes with the shot. Just bounces out. Loose ball on the rebound. Another jump ball. This time will be Cougar basketball. Patty Norcross bringing the ball up for the Cougars. Gives it over to Rogers. Rogers looking around. In fact, Taysom Monroe swings it around to Norcross. Norcross takes one dribble in, baseline jumper. Too short. Justin Munger with the rebound. Got away with an offensive foul on the rebound. Will Hughes with the take. Give him 12 points on the evening. BFA up 33-12. 6:10 to go in the third quarter. BFA forces another turnover. Will Hughes will be called for the offensive foul. That is foul number 2 on Will Hughes. First team foul of the third quarter for BFA. Taysom Monroe with a nice bounce pass to Norcross. Norcross throws it to the three-point line where Henry Rogers nails his second three of the game. He has 6 points. BFA doesn't get the answer. Taysom Monroe quickly to the other end, draws a foul. Called on number 11, Brady Cutting. That is his third, team second. Coach Menard gonna ask for a timeout early here in this third quarter. 5:29 to go. BFA, up 33-15. While we are in the timeout, we could use your help. Northwest Access TV is looking for part-time videographers. If you are interested in media production and recording other community events, please check out the Jobs tab at northwestaccess.tv for more information. Reminder, it's the Jobs tab at northwestaccess.tv for more information. Training can be provided for the right candidate. Tacey Monroe inbounding. Turnover for MMU. Tacey Monroe trying to throw the ball in. It was tipped off a BFA player, but then he was the first one to touch it coming from inbounds. 2 calls like that tonight. Player being the first one to touch the ball coming back from inbounds. Good defense from Patty Norcross. Forced the jump ball. I was overhearing the officials talking in the first half, saying the call in the first quarter where they had to call, I believe it was Evan Gauthier being the first player to touch the ball after being out of bounds, saying that was the first call they've had to make like that all year, and now they have 2 in this one game. Evan Gauthier beats the defense. To Munger in the corner, somehow gets it down to Gabe Hourigan under the basket. Hourigan's now in double digits with 10 points. Puts BFA back up by 20, 35-15. Just under 5 minutes left in the third quarter. BFA playing some stellar trapping defense up top. They had Patty Norcross in a load of trouble and then bailed him out with the foul committed by number 10, Evan Gauthier. That's his first, team's third. Tacey Monroe, closely guarded by Hourigan. Splits the defense, blocked by Gabe Hourigan. And then commits the foul. So that is the first personal on Grady Tacey Monroe. Team's third of the quarter. BFA easily beats MMU's extended defense. Justin Munger now with 6 points. BFA up 37-15. The drive for Rogers, blocked by Justin Munger, sent to the other side of the court. We're gonna get a backcourt violation called on MMU. It was tipped by a BFA player, but MMU touched it again before it went into the backcourt. Quick inbound pass to Reed Steigels. He's gonna go to the line for 2 free throws. MMU foul called on number 20, Grady Tacey Monroe. That's his second. Excuse me, called on number 10, Jack Tacey Monroe. That's his first, team's fourth. Steigels misses the front end. Steigels goes 1 for 2 from the line. He has 7 points. BFA up 38-15 halfway through the third quarter. And Will Hughes gonna be caught with the reach. That's his third personal. Team's fourth. Rogers drives to his right. Stuck at the top hash mark. Kicks it out up top. Lamphere lost the dribble and commits the foul. That is Atticus Lamphere's first personal. Team's fifth, so BFA will be in the bonus for the remaining 3:45 of the third quarter. Harrigan hits the first. Goes 2 for 2 from the line. So Gabe Harrigan now with 12 points on the evening. He and Will Hughes leading all scorers in the game so far. BFA up 40-15. 3:45 to go in the third quarter. BFA keeping on their full court press. Hadley with the drive, blocked by Justin Munger. Davion Jones handling the ball. Kicks it out to Harrigan, who drives, puts it up, no good. But Harrigan will go to the line for 2 free throws. Foul on number 10, Jack Tacey Monroe. That's his second. Harrigan hits free throw number 1.
Read me all. 42, 34,
Hits them both. Harrigan with 14 points. BFA up 42-15. Steigels picks off the pass. Here comes another one. Misses it. I think the officials are going to talk about whether it should be a technical for hanging on the rim. Going to determine that Reed Steigels was hanging on the rim for safety. And so no technical, is just MMU ball because it went out of bounds. Hadley splits the defenders, then loses it. Picked up by Vincent. Vincent stuck down low. Passes out to Lamphere. Lamphere gonna drive. And we're gonna get a foul, I believe, going to be called on Ryan Lockerbie. That is Lockerbie's first personal, team's fifth. So MMU joins BFA in the bonus for the remainder of the quarter. Lamphere way short on the first free throw. I think his face said it all. That one looked better. Atticus Lamphere was 1 for 2 from the line. His first point of the evening. Harrigan stuck We're gonna get some tempers flaring here between Lamphere and Hourigan.
Who wants a foul on?
So the foul so I think these are technical free throws, technical called on Atticus Lamphere is my best guess. So Hourigan goes 1 for 2 on the technical free throws. Okay, so I just got things cleared up here. The technical was called on Gabe Hourigan for tossing the ball. The personal foul called on number 12, Jake Philbrick, for MMU, but because it was a technical, MMU gets possession. BFA foul on number 22, Davion Jones. That's his first. River Hadley shooting 2. Hadley misses both. Davion Jones with the rebound. Jones goes to his left, finds Patterson in the corner. Patterson throws it away. MMU coming the other way. Bradeen misses the layup. MMU still gets the rebound. Bradeen now from the corner, 3, no good. Gathered by Patterson. Laddison up top. Over to LaValle, now to Jones. Good defense from the Cougars. Brockmeyer with the pass to Hadley, who lays it in. Hadley has 5 points. Cougars trailing 20-43, minute and a half to go in the third quarter. The drive by LaValle. He'll go to the line for 2 free throws. MMU foul on number 4, River Hadley. That's his first personal. LaValle hits the first. Goes 2 for 2 from the line. LaValle's first points of the evening. BFA up 45-20. The drive by Brockmeyer. Off a BFA defender. Will stay MMU ball. They'll inbound from the baseline. Hadley inbounding the ball. Nice play, Hadley with the floater, no good. Out of bounds. Off of Philbrick. BFA ball. Just over a minute to go in the third quarter. Davion Jones. Mid-range jumper, no good for Lockerbie. Rebounded by Hadley. Quickly coming the other way, puts it up off the glass, bounces in. Hadley with 7 points, leads his team in scoring. 40 seconds to go. Laddison caught with the offensive foul, lowers the shoulder. That's his third personal. .30 seconds left in the quarter. Floater's good for Owen Bradeen. He has 4 points. Cougars cutting into this lead a little bit here late in the quarter. 15 seconds. Laddison stuck. Coach Menard gonna call a timeout with 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter. BFA up 45-24. .12 seconds remaining in the quarter. BFA will inbound. Underneath the basket. Up top to Jones, 10 seconds. Tried to pass to Patterson, not ready for it, 5 seconds. 3 is up, too strong for Hadley, and that will do it. At the end of the third quarter, BFA with a 21-point lead over MMU by a score of 45-24. Starting the fourth quarter, BFA up 45-24 on the Mount Mansfield Union High School Cougars. And these two teams are right next to each other in the Metro Division standings. BFA at the 7th spot, MMU at the 8th spot. Barring an impressive comeback from the Cougars. Could be started right there by Tommy Brockmeyer. He has 4 points tonight. Cougars trail 26-45. Barring a huge comeback, it looks like BFA will retain their higher position in the Metro standings. But the game's not over until it's over. Behind the back dribble for Will Hughes. Then ran into 3 defenders, kicks it out. Brady Cutting, 3 no good. Rebounded by Norcross. Who draws a foul? Foul on number 15, Will Hughes. That's his 4th personal. Team's first. So the foul situation, Will Hughes with 4 personals, Brady Cutting and Oliver Laddison each with 3. And for MMU, Jack Lorenzini and Jake Philbrick each with 3 personals. Andrew Gravel's pass across the lane, picked off by BFA. Cutting with the ball. Steigels. Now to the corner three. No good for Hourigan. Gravel. Goes to his left. And drive baseline. A nice take. Too short on the layup. Gauthier gonna launch the three. No good. Munger. Justin Munger with the tip in. Give him 8 points. BFA up 47-26. Corner three up. Just a little too strong, but offensive rebound and putback by Tommy Brockmeyer, who now has 6 points. MMU trailing 28-47. Reed Steigels right back at you now with 9 points on the evening. BFA up 49-28, just under 6 minutes to go in regulation. Brockmeyer with the pass into the key. Shot no good. Tracked down by Gravel. To the corner, Brockmeyer. Oh, a nice find from Philbrick to Miles Heiler. Heiler's first points of the evening. MMU trailing 30-49. And Coach Menard will take a timeout. 5:14 to go. BFA up by 19, 49-30. Scoring leaders so far for the game. Gabe Hourigan leading all players in scoring with 15 points. Will Hughes with 12. And Reed Steigels and Justin Munger chipping in 9 and 8 respectively. For MMU, River Hadley leading his team with 7 points. Henry Rogers and Tommy Brockmeyer each with 6. Hourigan in the corner, guarded by Gravel. And I think referees are going to catch Justin Munger with an offensive foul. I have to say, a stunning number of offensive fouls called tonight on both teams. Not always on ball, sometimes away from the ball, just trying to get position. Gravel saves the possession for the Cougars, kicks it out, three-pointer. No good for Philbrick, rebounded by Heiler and then has it taken away. Cutting, stuck on the sideline, not across half court, gets it to Munger. Munger takes it the rest of the way, short on the layup, rebounded by Norcross. Norcross up to Gravel, back to Norcross. Guarded by Reed Steigels. Gravel kicks it out to Tacey Monroe. Loses his footing, falls, loses the ball. Picked up by Reed Steigels. Cutting, picked up the ball. Now gets it to Munger. Munger dangerously close to the half-court line when he got it, but kept his feet in the front court. Steigels hands it off to Munger. Stopped by Tacey Monroe. Back to Steigels. Steigels found Gauthier cutting through the lane. Gauthier pulls it back out. I think BFA just selecting, wanting to waste clock, but MMU eventually forces the turnover. Tacey Monroe keeping it. Slithers between 3 BFA defenders. Gets the layup to fall. He'll go to the line. Try to convert a 3-point play. BFA foul on number 10, Evan Gauthier. That's his second personal, team's third of the fourth quarter. Grady Tacey Monroe at the line for one free throw. And converts the three-point play. It's Tacey Monroe with 4 points in the game. MMU trailing 33-49. Down 16, but also the closest they've been in a little while. MMU finding some sort of stride offensively since the last 30 seconds of the third quarter. We'll see if they can make a last gasp effort here. Reed Stiles misses the layup, but is fouled. MMU foul on number 3, Henry Rogers. That's his first. Team's first of the fourth quarter. Reed Stiles at the line for 2 free throws. Misses the front end. Hits the second. Puts Stiles in double digits with 10 points. BFA up 50-33. Rogers out to Tacey Monroe. Tacey Monroe trying to cut baseline. Quickly closed in by 2 defenders, but Justin Munger called with the reach-in. That is Munger's 3rd personal. Team's 4th. Rogers in the corner. Passes up to Tacey Monroe, drives to his right. Gravel. Gets into the lane, throws it up, no good. Rebounded by Hughes. Hughes over to Jones. Jones with a spin move in an open lane, too strong on the layup. But who was there? Reed Stiles on the other side with the putback. Stiles with 12 points. BFA up 52-33. Three-pointer up, no good for Rogers. Stiles finds Jones. Jones a little too far under the hoop, was trying to throw it off of a Cougar player, but didn't go out of bounds. So Cougars end up with possession. Tacey Monroe's baseline jumper, no good. Rebounded by BFA. Now Stiles running. This time wisely opting for the layup over the dunk attempt. Gets it to fall. He's fouled. He'll get 1 free throw. MMU foul on number 3, Henry Rogers. His 2nd personal, team 2nd. And starters now for BFA. Gonna take a seat, likely for the remainder of the game. Stiles no good on the free throw. Goes out of bounds. And now Stiles will join the rest of the starting lineup on the bench.
Just read me off, 11, 1, 3,
Henry Rogers to Gravel. Tacey Monroe now into the corner. Heiler back out to Tacey Monroe. Launches the 3, no good. Gets his own rebound. Drives in, gets the layup. Gets fouled. Now he'll go to the line to try for a 3-point play. BFA foul on number 24, Michael LaValle. That's his first. Team's 5th, so MMU in the bonus for the rest of the game. Tacey Monroe misses the free throw. Laddison up to Jones. Galuska gonna drive to his right, kicks it to Jones on the baseline. Jumper, no good. Off of a BFA fingertip. 1:19 remaining in the game. BFA still with a full court press. Almost forced the turnover, but it results in a Miles Heiler layup. Heiler has 4 points. MMU trailing 37-54. Steal by Henry Rogers. He takes it all the way. Rogers now with 8 points. MMU within 15. MMU foul called on number 22, Andrew Gravel. That's his first. Team's third, 52 seconds remaining in the game. BFA throws it away. Miles Heiler ends up with it. Shovels it over to Rogers. Rogers' three is good. He's in double digits with 11 points. MMU only down 12. Unfortunately for them, only 35 seconds remaining. BFA gets in the front court. Jones pass too far ahead of LaValle. Forward to Lorenzini. Kicks it out, three-pointer up for Rogers. Off the front rim, tracked down by Tacey Monroe. He's gonna keep it with a drive. He'll be fouled, shoot two. So the scoring too little too late for the Cougars, but props to them for at least making it a respectable final score with 20 seconds to go. BFA foul on number 30, Nicholas Galuska. That's his first. Grady Tacey Monroe misses the first. So MMU will fall to 4-12 on the season. BFA will improve to 6-10. Tacey Monroe misses the second. Ball still loose. Picked up by Lattison. And MMU will commit a foul. Foul on number 11, Jack Lorenzini. That's his fourth personal. Team's fourth. 16 seconds remaining. Coach Hamilton instructing his team not to foul. BFA is going to try to waste time, but Ryan Lockerbie dragged his pivot foot. Turns it over to MMU with 8 seconds remaining. And Cougars, I think, are just going to dribble this one out. So MMU, BFA, either way, going to end up with the win, 54-42. Before we go, this broadcast would not be possible without our community partners. Thank you to Northwestern Rehab Services, Sticks and Stuff and Swanton Lumber, Northwest Counseling and Support Services, Afterglow, Stone's Auto Repair, St. Albans, East Fairfield, Notch, Vermont, JC Image, Union Bank, and the Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center. If your business would like to support the efforts of Northwest Access TV to help broadcast live games of Franklin County athletes, contact 802-782-8676. And a special message from NCSS. Over the last 4 years, Northwestern Counseling and Support Services has been in partnership with the Afterglow Foundation, working to prevent suicide deaths in our community. If you are concerned about yourself or a loved one, there are people in our community that can help. Reach out to NCSS 24 hours a day on our confidential emergency services line, 802-524-6554, then press 1. Or you can always dial 988. One call could save a life. Scoring leaders for the evening, Gabe Hourigan gonna finish as the leading scorer for the game with 15 points. Reed Steigels with 14, Will Hughes with 12, and Justin Munger with 8 for MMU. Henry Rogers with 11, River Hadley with 7, and Tommy Brockmeyer and Grady Tacey Monroe each with 6. BFA, again, coming out the winners over the MMU Cougars by a final score of 54-42. Thank you to Megan Buckley, our videographer. I'm Bryce Batchelder, and thank you for watching Northwest Access TV.